You've retired, you've moved to the country, you don't need to look whip smart, sharp suited and booted and like you mean business. No, you're relaxed, you're cool, you're at one with the world, you're in touch with your surroundings, zen even. So your wardrobe needs to reflect that. But that doesn't mean you're going to look slobby, far from it. You're going to define yourself as modern and interesting, someone who understands how to carry themselves and exude confidence so that you make those around you feel confident too. And you may be retired, but you're not going to be invisible, far from it. You are simply moving into a different stage of life, one where you can prioritise yourself and those close to you, and that includes presenting your best self to the world. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I've upped my game in the fashion stakes since retiring. And I've done that by taking existing pieces in my wardrobe and adding a few new ones to create autumn-fall outfits, which I can turn to time and again over the autumn-winter period and know that I will look and feel my best. And I hope that you can take some inspiration from what I've done, as well as some of the mistakes I'm going to show you later in the video, and make some tweaks to your own wardrobe so that you can create outfits that you will love and wear on repeat. So let's get started. Oh, and hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Des. I'm a 71-year-old woman who loves to talk all things fashion, beauty and lifestyle for the over 50, over 60 and over 70 woman. So firstly, let me show you the pieces that I've recently brought into my wardrobe. And those of you who watch my Wednesday vlog will have seen these pieces before, so I will be brief. And also let me tell you my measurements so that you can work out whether the size that you might need if you're interested in any of these pieces will be the right one for you. So for reference, I am 5'4", which I believe is 1.62 meters. My bust is 30 ff, my waist is 30 and my hips are 38 and a half. And I have small bones, so I have small shoulders, relatively small hips in proportion to my shoulders. Small feet, I'm a size 4 to 5, UK size, which is a 37 to 38 European. I'm afraid I don't know what that is in US, but I will put it on the screen. And I carry most of my fat around my middle, so that's where I have to take a bigger size than you would think for my frame. So on top, I tend to be a size 10 UK, which is a size 6 US, I believe. And on my bottom, depending on the brand, so for example with COS I'm a size 10 bottom, which is a size 6 US, but in Marks and Spencer's I tend to be a mixture of 10 to 12, so some of the jeans I'm going to be showing you later are a 10 and some are a 12, most are a 12, and that's a US size 8. And I'm taking petite where I can because although my legs are the longest part of my body, I have a short torso, a short waist, so that all my length is in my legs. I do find that petite size seems to hit me well at my ankle, so that's the size I'm going for. So all the jeans that you see will either be a 10p or an 8p in UK sizing. So let me show you in brief the pieces I bought recently. So the Ruti pants, so Ruti is an American brand which does ship to the UK. You don't need third-party shipping. It does ship straight to you, no taxes to pay, and all that's made clear on their website, which is really good. They are pricey. They were, I think, £245, although I did get a discount for being a first-time purchaser. And the style is called the wide-ish pants, and that's because they're only wide around the knee, where they sort of, I suppose they're sort of carrot shaped, are they? Or they're not balloon. They've got that slightly drapey look, so I'm absolutely loving them. They've got an elasticated back, but they have a fastening at the front with a zip and a popper. They're so comfortable, they're so fluid. I absolutely love them. I'm sure I'll be wearing them for a very long time, so I absolutely love these Ruti pants. I've got the lace top from Marks and Spencer's, which I think I took in a small. It comes in two colours, black and aubergine. I keep calling it aubergine burgundy, I suppose it is, a bit like this jumper. So there's the lace top, there's a faux suede jacket, which I got from the brand Naked, which is a Swedish brand, which is a kind of barn coat, I think you would call it. I've got the scarf, which I bought locally, but I'll have everything linked below, of course. and although I bought it locally in a shop in Aldborough, you can get similar at H&M and other stores, so I will link those down below for you. I got 2 pairs of boots, one by Fitflop and one by a Spanish brand that I bought locally, but I'll link down below for you some similar ones. And finally, my beloved Quince cashmere jumpers. So those are the new pieces I've brought and I'm wearing on repeat already. And now let's talk about styling. Now, just before I show you the outfit, I just wanted to mention briefly the styling rules, which I've had in my mind while I've been styling these outfits. Now, I haven't been following them to the letter by any means, but sometimes I think they're worth bearing in mind, only because it sometimes will tell you why an outfit doesn't work. I'm not saying we have to stick to them by any means, but sometimes you put something on and you think, why doesn't that work? It just doesn't look right. And that's because it isn't following one of the rules, I would suggest. But I don't think we have to follow the rules at all. I think they're just there as a guide and they're just helpful to understand how outfits are best put together. And of course, it's not just about the rules, it's also about what's in fashion, what we like to wear, what we feel comfortable with. So for example, in my vlog on Wednesday, I talked about this Times article which said bring in a pop of red and wear a red jumper over your shoulders. There's absolutely no way I'm going to wear a red jumper over my shoulders unless I was going to do it anyway, just to be fashionable. I think it looks ridiculous. It certainly doesn't look effortless. I mean, fine if you want to do it, but the idea that I'm going to take my red jumper, which you'll see a bit later, put my coat on and then put my red jumper over the shoulders is just ridiculous. It's just not going to happen. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I personally am not going to be doing it because I think it looks like I'm trying too hard. And people are just going to think, why is she wearing that jumper around her shoulders when it's not going to keep her warm? She's got a huge coat on already. Anyway, maybe that's just me. So let's just talk briefly about the rules. So there's the 3 colour rule, and that's suggesting that you shouldn't wear more than 3 colours at a time. Now, some say that you don't count neutrals in that, but I'm not sure about that. And by the way, you will see a lot of neutrals in this video because that's what I tend to stick to. And I do find that neutrals are the easiest pieces to have in your wardrobe because they go with each other. Whereas if you've got an array of colours, they're just likely not to go with each other. So there are a lot of neutrals, a lot of brown, a lot of black, and a pop of red or 2. Oh, and maybe the odd bit of blue as well. Then there's the volume and balance rule, which dictates that you should have one voluminous item followed by one fitted item. So for example, you might have a voluminous top, skinny jeans, not voluminous shoes, but wider shoes or boots. Then there's the rule of thirds. So 1/3, 2/3. So for example, and I think I do this quite a lot anyway, my top will be 1/3 in a colour, and then my bottom half will be the 2/3, partly because that's the longest bit of my body. So I might wear, say, black trousers and black boots with a red top. Then there's the notion of tension. So creating tension with fabric or with silk is a classic example. Or between styles. So you might have a classic formal tailored top with a pair of casual trousers. And then there's tonal, which is different shades of the same colour. And there's also high contrast, low contrast. I don't think I've represented that in this video, but I think it's an interesting one because it can help us to understand why, let's say, blue jeans, which can be difficult to style, if you put them with something that's too much of a contrasting colour, it may not work. Now, one final caveat just before I show you my outfits is to say that I'm not a stylist, which you've probably guessed by now. I've never been trained. I can't even draw or paint. But I have had some stylists style me. In fact, I had one last year. I don't think she did a very good job, to be honest. I didn't really enjoy it. And also I was quite a bit fatter then, as some subscriber pointed out to me recently. In fact, she pointed it out to me at the time. I've lost 12 pounds since then, so I'm definitely feeling better in my clothes anyway. But I didn't really find that I took forward any of her suggestions. And I also years ago went to a Colour Me, was it called Colour Me Beautiful or something like that, back in the early 90s. The stylist did my colours and I was a winter, which I agreed with, but she also did a styling session where she looked at the different types of body shapes and that sort of thing, and she classed me as a gamine. And I think that's because I'm small boned and I'm not very tall. And I kind of agree with that as well, sort of. But I don't think we should be hidebound by it, and I'm certainly not. So I've had all this in my mind as I style these outfits, but I haven't necessarily followed any of this because I don't necessarily have the pieces that I can style in that way, or I just don't fancy them, or I don't think they look right. Now finally to say, before I show you the outfits, and I know you're champing at the bit, everything will be listed and linked below, so all the new pieces and all the old pieces. And if a piece has been discontinued, I will find an equivalent. Oh, and just to let you know that 2 of the 3 Quince jumpers I showed were gifted to me as part of the Quince Partner Programme, which I'm in, but one I bought with my own money, and I had to pay for all the shipping myself as well. So finally, let's get to the outfits then. So the first pieces I've styled are the Ruti pants with the black mango cashmere jumper and the Fitflop, I wish I could say that, and the Fitflop black boots. And I think this works because we've got a narrowish top, wider middle section and narrow bottoms, or relatively narrow bottoms. So I think the proportions work well. I'm not quite sure whether this is adhering exactly to the narrow, wide, narrow, but it kind of is. And I think it really does work well. But I also think the brown cashmere jumper from Quince paired with the Ruti trousers and the Fitflop boots also works well, even though we've got a much longer top and a baggier top, a more oversized top, paired with the black trousers and the boots still looks good. So that's why I'm saying we don't have to stick to the rules. I think the rules are made to be broken. They're just a guide. And I do really like the look of the oversized cashmere jumper with the Ruti trousers. I think it works well, and there's something fluid about them. I think maybe that's what it is. You've got fluidity with the top half, fluidity with the bottom half. So I really like this outfit as well. And of course it shows the versatility of the Ruti trousers. Now the next outfit is the sort of outfit I would wear virtually every day, or variations thereon. So we've got black jeans, which are skinny with turn-ups. We've got the brown suede boots. We've got the brown faux suede jacket, the brown jumper, and then we've got the scarf as well. Now you could say that's a little bit top heavy, and I would agree with you, but it's a really easy wear. It's just comfortable. If we took the jacket off, it probably wouldn't be that top heavy, but I think it still works. And I can't think that anyone's going to think, oh, she looks a bit rubbish. Well, I hope not anyway, but I feel comfortable in it. And I think the scarf just gives it that little bit more interest to show that I have actually taken trouble over what I've worn, even if I'm just going to run errands. And actually, I should have said at the outset, most of these outfits you can wear for virtually any occasion. Yes, you can dress them up a little bit or dress them down a little bit, but you can run errands in them, you can go to the pub for a drink in them, you can go for a local nosh. There's only one slightly dressy outfit that I'm showing in this video, but most of them are comfortable and fine to wear for any occasion. Of course, those of you watching this are not necessarily living in the country, that's just me. And if you're new to my channel, I should have said that at the beginning. I've just moved to the country about 3 months ago, so my life is different. I moved from London, from the heart of London to the heart of the country, albeit in a little town. So my life here is different. But I think most of us are dressing more casually these days. I think the world, or certainly the UK, is dressing more casually. So I don't think this is a massive change from what I've been wearing in London. It's just, I'm just making a few little tweaks, that's all. So going back to this outfit, I think it's absolutely fine, even though you could say it's a little bit on the top heavy side. Now let me show you a terrible mistake. Well, I'm exaggerating, it's not terrible, but this is where I paired my wide leg blue jeans with the faux suede jacket and a big jumper as well. It really doesn't work at all. It looks awful. It's just, there's just too much going on. There's too many wide things. You've got the wide jeans, you've got the wide jacket, you've got the wide jumper. It's all far too wide. So how to make those jeans work? And I did struggle with this yesterday. I had to try quite a few tops on before I found the perfect top to wear with these jeans. And that is the black mango cashmere jumper, because the Quince ones just don't work at all. But the mango one, because it's much less relaxed, less oversized, well, it's not oversized, it's just well fitted. It's not too tight either. It's just the right size and proportion. And I think it really makes those wide leg blue jeans look great. And I don't think the contrast is too high, because the wash of the jeans isn't too pale. I think if they were paler, the black jumper would look too much of a contrast, but I think because the wash is darker, they work really well together. So that's a mistake of mine that I've corrected. And I think the Fitflop boots go really well. I don't think the brown boots would work at all. I think the black boots are exactly right for the jeans. Now, another mistake I made, which I've corrected, is wearing this H&M premium cashmere red jumper, which I bought a couple of years ago, which is quite baggy. It's a different shape to the Quince jumpers, but it is quite baggy and baggy at the bottom. It's not really structured. And I tried it with the Marks & Spencer's wide leg black jeans, but it didn't look right at all. It looked awful. So I thought, well, that won't do at all. How can I make that better? And then I tried it with the black skinny jeans. It looked so much better. So again, we can see the proportion. Baggy and baggy, generally speaking, don't go together. You need that balance, that proportion of slim, slim, or baggy, slim, baggy. Now, I wanted to try and style this Agnes B coat, which my husband bought me years ago, and it's so beautiful. And I first tried it with the blue wide leg jeans because I was thinking of the 3 colour rule. So I thought we could have black and white, black and blue, and I thought they might go together, but actually I think it's partly the problem of the jeans. The jeans just don't look quite right with the fitted coat. They're just too wide, even though the coat is narrow. But then I tried the coat with just black underneath. So I had the black cashmere jumper by Mango, I had the black Ruti trousers, I had the black boots by Fitflop, and then the coat on the top, and that just gave it an extra pop of colour. It's only 2 colours really, effectively, it's black and white. But I think the outfit looks really good together, and I don't think bringing in another colour would make it any better. I think those colours just work really well together, and it looks stylish, intentional and effortless without looking too contrived. Now let's talk about colours and tones. So this first outfit, I brought in the white jeans that I bought back in the summer from Marks & Spencer's, and I paired them with the Quince cream jumper and the cream scarf, and that I think is an example of a really good tonal look. I mean, yes, you could argue white and cream are not quite the same, but they're not far off. And I just think it looks great. And yes, you probably could wear, and I didn't try it, the brown barn jacket, but actually what I would do, which I'll show you in a sec, is I've got a new brown coat from Mango. Now it's exactly the same as the black one that I bought last year. And I used one of my vouchers, which I was given as a leaving present from work, to buy this coat. I had to add a tiny bit more because I think it's £139, but oh my goodness me. My daughter's got the same coat in 2 colours. It is absolutely the best coat. Because it's not lined, it means you can wear really heavy jumpers underneath if you want to, but it also means you can wear it in slightly warmer weather. So it's an all year round apart from the summer coat. You can certainly wear it in all 3 seasons, I would suggest, and it's so good. Anyway, I didn't wear it for this outfit, but I'm sure I could, although there just might be a bit of an issue with high contrast. But I think if you've got the brown boots and the brown coat with the beige and white underneath, it might work quite well. To try that one out. Now let's look at layering and silhouettes. And in this first outfit, I've got the black version of the Mango unlined coat. I've got the red jumper. This is a cashmere jumper from COS that I think is 2 years old now, but I'll link a similar one down below for you. And it's got these quite wide sleeves, but they fit really well under the coat. I've got the Ruti pants, and I've also got a beautiful burgundy bag, which my daughter gave to me many years ago when she used to work for Mulberry. Gosh, I was so lucky. I got some really lovely handbags from her, and that's one of them. And I think this works really well. Again, this is something, yes, you probably wouldn't wear it to run errands because it's the Ruti pants, and the Ruti pants just elevate an outfit, don't they? So you probably wouldn't wear this to just go to the shops, but you could wear it to the pub. You could certainly wear it to go out in the evening. And actually, I think in my vlog, I did dress the Ruti pants with the lace top. So actually, that's one of the smarter outfits that I would wear if I was going out to somewhere a bit special. But I'm going to be styling the lace top a bit later in an upcoming outfit. So I think this works really well. It's a good example of layering. You've got a relaxed oversized jumper with the Ruti pants, and then you've got the coat on the top, which is oversized but not too oversized, and then you've got the Fitflop boots, which are not clumpy, not like my old Clarks Orinocos. These are a much slimmer fit, and I think they complement the whole outfit really well. Now, one of the concepts of styling is to mix tailoring with casual. So I've tried to do this, not always very successfully, but here's an example. Let me know what you think. So these are the wide leg jeans from Marks with a black jumper and a very dark navy tailored coat. Oh my gosh, this coat is so beautiful. My husband bought it for me about 15 years ago. I haven't actually worn it all that much. It fits me perfectly again now that I've lost those few pounds. But what do you think? Does it work well with these trousers, or or not. I'm just not quite sure. But here's an example of them with some other blue jeans which I bought from Marks. I think they're the Perunas. I've forgotten their name, but they're also turned up. What do we think? Do we think the wide legs look better or the turn-ups look better? I can't really decide. I quite like both of them, to be honest. And again, I don't think anyone's going to look at me and go, oh my gosh, what is she wearing? But I think I'm probably veering towards the narrower jeans as looking better than the wider fit. But let me know what you think. Now, while we're on tailoring, here is the brown coat again. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And this is very tonal. We've got brown coat, brown jumper. And now I haven't got the brown boots because the brown boots do not work with the Ruti pants. They're really more for jeans, either black jeans or blue jeans, but they just don't work at all with the Ruti pants, which is really interesting, isn't it? So I'm glad I've tried them. But I think this mixture of brown and black works really well. I've got the black bag by Uniqlo, the slouchy bag, which I've been using to go into London to put my laptop in. And I've got the black Ruti trousers and the black boots, and I really love this outfit. I think it's a perfect outfit for autumn. And finally, let's talk about this black cos pinafore dress that I bought last year, and I have worn a little bit, but not all that much. And I have been trying to style it. So I think it does look good with the black lacy top under it. But I thought I would try it with the beautiful jewellery that my husband bought me years ago from Anushka. But unfortunately, it doesn't look quite right, I don't think, with the neckline. So I was wondering how to make the neckline more interesting. So I was trying to think what else I could do. And then I found my bee necklace. Now the bee necklace I bought last year because the stylist that I used had it, and I just thought it looked so pretty. It was actually quite pricey. It was £150, I think. But it is really pretty, and I'd forgotten all about it. So I tried that. And I think because it's that bit lower and it's gold, it kind of warms up the top half, or makes the top half of my top look more interesting. But I just don't know whether the shape is still right for me, because I can't usually wear column dresses, but I thought this dress, because of the fabric, because it's fairly stiff, it's not too fluid, I thought it would work for me. And of course, again, I've lost weight, so I'm thinking that it looks a lot better on me than it used to. But let me know what you think. Does it work with the bee necklace? I don't think it did work with the other necklace, beautiful though it was, the Anushka black one, which is onyx, by the way. They don't make that style anymore. They do make other onyx jewellery, but not that particular style of necklace and earrings. Gosh, they've got some beautiful things on their site, but oh my gosh, the prices. By the way, FYI, I think I may have tracked down a reasonably priced jewellery brand, which I'd never heard of. I just happened to be looking around and I found it. I think it's called Sona or Soma or something. Anyway, I haven't bought anything from them yet, but when I looked on their site, the Princess of Wales was wearing one of their pairs of earrings, and they were only £150, I think. I mean, said the necklace was £150. That's quite a lot. I know it's a lot, but it's nowhere near as much as the Anushka jewellery or the Atelier VM actually either. So watch this space. I'm going to buy a pair of earrings. I don't want them to gift them to me. I need to buy them myself to see if they're any good, and if they are, I will let you know. So there we are. Those are the outfits that I've attempted to style for autumn/fall 2025. So what do you think? Have I got it right? Have I failed? Thoughts gratefully received, because as you know, I am a work in progress. So do let me know in the comments below and let's have a chat. Oh, and let me know what you've brought into your wardrobe for autumn/fall. Any cashmere perchance? By the way, I've just ordered a brushed cashmere jumper from Marks & Spencer's, which is due to arrive today. So I'll be letting you know what that's like. It seems to me that brushed cashmere is a little bit like mohair, only much, much softer and easy to wear, because I cannot wear mohair at all. I can't even wear alpaca either. I used to be able to, but I can't. It's too itchy. So I'm hoping that brushed cashmere will bridge the itch gap between mohair, alpaca and cashmere. So that's it. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I have a newsletter if you'd like to hear more from me, which I promise you will be coming out soon, and I will be much more regular now that I've finally retired. I will have lots more time, she says, fingers crossed, to communicate with you as many ways as I possibly can. And thanks so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video on Wednesday. Bye.